of my color palette challenge live streams for the month of November. I forgot to mention last time, if you're unfamiliar with what the color palette challenge is, it's something I've been doing on my channel for the better part of 2023. I actually started it in 2022, but I have taken all of the color palettes that I have collected over the years of doing different drawing videos and drawing challenges, compiled them into a giant list, and have been randomly generating which color palette I will draw from so that I can actually go through them, because I've collected 115. So today is character number 52 out of 115. And today's color palette, let me go ahead and pull this up, is Boogie Monster. And as you can see here, I've got my mood board, if you will, with the references from where I got everything, because I know with AI art there's been this huge stink about artists don't reference where they get their things from. It's like, okay, sometimes we don't, but I do want to include where I got my references from this time, because they're not generic references. This is actually like, makeup influencers on Instagram and big names in fashion. So I have included all the names here. If you want to look more into their work, have at it. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the drawing, because I know it's a little early, but the ideas are fresh. I want to go ahead and get them out while, they're there. So just like last time, I'm going to go ahead and set my timer 15 minutes to figure out the sketch, 15 minutes to do the line art, and then the last hour and a half to do the rendering. So let's see. Let me get that going. 15 minutes. Go. All right, I'm going to put it over here so I can't look at it. In the meantime, how are you guys doing today? I know I'm talking to no one right now, but if you're watching this later, in the comments, how are you doing today? How has your art journey been going? If you are an artist that follows me, are you planning on doing the color palette challenge? Because again, I do have the chart posted up on my Instagram at Tiny Artist TV. Yeah, and it's kind of like a, any other drawing challenge. You can do one day, you can do all the days if you have the time, motivation. So if you can't tell, I'm kind of going for like an alien fashion thing, because I had no idea what else to do with these colors. So I know that I want to do, and I think I'm actually going to do this on 2 separate layers. I want to start with the pose and then build the outfit around the pose. And out of what I have here, I think I do like this one the most. It feels the most dynamic. It feels the most oomph that I'm going for. So let's see. We're going to start with, she's kind of doing a little this. Hand is going like this. And her thumb will be going like, I don't want the thumb. I do want to, so the body is doing like, I'm going to make it a little more dramatic too, because I wasn't able to find a lot of references that were like, you know how like fashion sketches, they bend the body in ways that the body doesn't bend? That's kind of what I want to do. So we're going to go for like a big dramatic sachet. So we've got the hip here, and then this hip. Okay, I see what's happening. Also, I don't know why I do this. It's just, I don't know what to do with my other hand, so it just kind of, it's just here. Okay, so we've got shoulder. This one is going way down. This back arm is going like this. I don't know what the hand is actually doing, so I'll figure out what that needs to do. Well, she's got it gripping down here at her hip, so I think I'll actually do a little bit of this with the hand, have it resting on the hip like this. So that means the arm is going back here and the shoulder is back here. And then if the head is facing up this way, now that's definitely zazzy and powerful, but is it too much? Let me turn the body just a little bit this way and maybe change the way I have the legs going to be just a little more contrapposto, but not quite so. Because it looks like she's lifting her leg. I can see the way the skirt is bunched here. The knee is lifted. So she's doing like a this. She's doing a steppy. And I don't want that. I want both feet on the ground so I can do this sort of billowing thing that's happening here. And then, yeah, I definitely want like a curve of the dress happening here. Just really making it flowy, alien-esque. This angle, because even if I do straightforward, sure, the makeup will pop, but I think this will make the makeup I'm planning on doing look more fierce and dynamic, if we want to call it that. Let's see. Well, okay. Ignore that. I'm getting text from my D&D group. I can't turn my notifications off because then I won't hear my alarm go off. Okay. So yeah, I want this halo and veil. I want it to come off of the sides and not fully from the top. So just kind of ruched here and here and just sort of billow around her, kind of like smoke, if you will. Yeah, so this creates the same effect that this has, but to more fully do that, I do want her to have sort of big billowing sleeves. It's going to be a very constructed garment. With this one, I really just kind of want to go with the flow. I think it's okay if the halo goes off. Normally, I want to try to keep things condensed, but you can tell what it is. I think, let's see, let's do this, because I want something to have like, I also haven't fully decided where I want these colors to land. I think I want to make the garment purple with pink accents and green jewelry. And then, of course, her skin is going to be a different color than what I have here. I think I am going to go with a more natural skin tone. but I want something that's going to make the makeup pop. So it's going to be darker. I'm thinking like this, but darker, like an eggplant or aubergine if you're anywhere else that's not America. For the hair, what am I going to do? Should I just give her no hair? Because all of these models either have their hair like slicked back and up or have like very short hair. So I think I want to do that. I like this crown element here. So I want to do that and kind of attach it to the halo. So if I do some sort of geometry that attaches it here. Yep, that's good. That's good. And then if I do maybe like a string of pearls, it kind of looks like a hood coming down here, kind of inspired by this look, which I love. I love her makeup looks. If you're into like unconventional makeup, which granted she's like a conventionally attractive person, but her makeup looks are like just really refreshing. Okay, so we've got the shoulder here. It's going down, which is good because that way I can see more. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. How much time? I have 5 minutes left to finish the sketch. Okay, so yep, we'll do body. I guess she's kind of doing the Rihanna good girl gone bad pose, huh? So maybe I'll do a mermaid tail on the dress down here. And then we'll do some structured ruffling here. I like that. I do need to make this smaller because she is taking up a lot of space and I want to make sure I have room to get everything on here. So let's see. And I just want to do just big dramatic shapes. Y'all cool it. Hold on a second. What is happening here? Let me turn off my notifications. Hush. Okay. We are planning a horror themed session where we're villagers and we're picking our classes. It's a survival mini campaign to take a break from the main campaign that I've been running for 2 years. In the main campaign, we're level 15, but we have side characters that my husband will occasionally run games for, and those characters are level 8, I believe. So for the first session, we are playing as the villagers who are surviving, and then in the second session, our hero characters will come in to rescue whoever has survived the first encounter. So it should be interesting. I want to do more of this pearl motif. What is the oh boy, okay. So we'll do this. So this is going to connect here. And that's going to have, I want this to be like a roughly almost like aluminum crunchy metal texture like this here. Main dress. I want more pearls. So I want to do like a little disc over here and then have some pearls running down. A lot of this detail is going to end up being a auto outline layer. I've got 2 minutes left. Should I go ahead and start the line art so I can book some more time? I think I want to do that. So that way I can just get started with the details, because I know that there's going to be a lot of moving parts. Okay, so let me restart. Okay. Oh, I didn't turn the music on. Pause this and get some music going for you guys. It's not letting me. There we go. Exit full screen. Let's do chill hop. That's what we did last time. Is it playing? Oh my gosh. Restream, get it together. Alright, let's get back into it. I gotta fix something real quick. Okay. The bottom bar, I'm of course recording this so I can chop it and put it back together later, but sometimes the restream bar also pops up. I have a lot going on right now, and I don't know if it's a good idea to try to force my computer to run 2 recording programs at the same time, but we'll see. I'm almost tempted to just do the face again like I did with the last one and then just start painting, but I don't know that I have enough of I'm gonna handle the coloring for this different, so I do want to do more of the line art than just the face. Sorry, this is the part of the stream where I'm gonna get really quiet. Because I'm just in the zone. So just enjoy the chill music. I figure out let's do with the line art. And you know what? I'm going to do that detail in color. So let's move on to the side of the face. The ears. I definitely want her to actually be an alien, so she's going to have elf ears. Because that's what you do when you have these colors to work with. Like, And I must say she is looking very fashionable. Oh, that's not neck. That is sleeve. I'm wondering if I need to do a second pass on my sketch. Most of the sketch is dress. Does that need to be that dark? I'm gonna do the lines as an overlay once I finish the line art so that I can do more with the color to make the line art stand out less and have more of the details come forward. Let's see. Sure, why not? Let's set it to 30. That's too big. 17? That's fine. No, I don't like that. I want to do it as hand painted as possible. Wait, me. Although, I'm gonna handle that differently. I'm gonna leave that there, but I'm gonna handle it differently for when I do the rest of them. I need to collect my thoughts and worry about one thing at a time. This is the problem when I have like a big idea, is that I want to do it all at the same time. This structure goes here. Okay, I don't want that to touch. So we're gonna go like this. This sleeve is going to be solid. What's it connected to then? Let's just make it skin and then I'll just do a sleeve. Did I reset my timer? It looks like it's going off. Okay. Got 12 minutes left. This goes down and over. Look at this. I guess this is just the back pillow. Let's put these ears in here so she doesn't look so weird. So it's gonna go back. And this way I can also give her some super funky, chunky earrings. So lower that a little bit so it doesn't look so close. Okay. The halo, I'm going to just do this and have it in the background and make it smaller. What do I want to make it? What colors do I have? I guess I could make it this sort of looks like I can make it look like a metallic, like an aged bronze if I use that color. And then the veil. I didn't need to do that. And I can just work within this shape to do what needs to be done with that. I guess I'll make the veil purple. Ooh, that's bright. Let me tone that down a little bit. So I'll go ahead and turn those off. You can see what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and label it anyway. This is the halo. Okay. Let's get back to the line art. Finish up the hand and the body of the dress, because I think everything else I can probably paint in 2 hours, just as shapes, and then do a outline for it if I need to. It's getting away from me. Knuckle. So it's a little lower. And then we'll just kind of have some placeholder rings. And we'll just do those on the overlayer. Have this situation. The more places I have to disperse these colors, the more cohesive this color palette will seem. It's not the worst. So I've actually cut and spliced the color palette to be arranged in a more pleasing fashion, because if you look at the color palette calendar, I believe it's green, pink, green, pink, purple, and so I cut that and rearranged it so that it would just make more sense in my mind of where the colors need to go to work properly, because these colors are high in saturation. We're at 30 minutes. Okay. I already have this here and here, so that's fine. Might help if I drew the top of her head, huh? Yeah, this is all just going to be placeholder. That's going to be jewelry that I just draw over. So you've got the shoulder. It's going like zoop, doop, doop, and then let's do like a cuff. So go like this, come up just a little bit. This one's smaller. But I like that you can see the space between the cuff and the wrist. I'll just... That's better. And these can also just be painted over. The line art for pieces like this, when I'm doing something like this, it's more of a guide than a hard and fast. It's kind of more of like a refined sketch. It's just a little more solid than what I usually work with. If I am going to just paint directly over the sketch like I did with the last one, where I have all of the big shapes and then I work back in, but something like this, I kind of want to make sure I have a better idea of where all of my pieces need to go, just because this one's a little more involved. At least I feel it's a little more involved. Yeah, this is great. I want to... Yeah, we'll do this. So she's got a little glove one here. Then we'll make this one a short glove, because we love asymmetry. So that way this can be her arm. This is going to be the strings of pearls. This flare starts here. How does it work? Who knows? Maybe it's wire, maybe it's alien. This. You know, I am a little more compelled to do this. I'll go here. I gotta figure out what color I want to make the dress is the problem. I'll also make it purple, but because the veil is going to be transparent, it's going to look darker, so it'll be fine. And it's going to have pink accents on it, so let's do... I need a big brush. Not that big. We also have a little swoopy over here. Go ahead and turn off the timer for the line art since I've entered the coloring phase. And then I'll just keep track of how long I've been streaming. So yeah, it looks like I've got just a little under an hour and a half to get the dress finished and get the designs and everything, all the crumb coat, as I call it. Set this to reference. I can line this in dark pink. Much better. So now I can still see my lines, but they're not in the way, and I can still set it as a reference layer when I'm filling things in. Oh, this is a lot of purple. Under. Oh, bigger than that. My highlighter, which is going to be pink. That will work. I make them look like petals. I'll figure out more so what I want to do with the dress. Kind of was just supposed to be like just big billowy shapes. But I kind of like the idea that she looks like a giant space orchid. And that a little bit smaller. Oh, what's risky about doing these live streams is that sometimes when the ideas take a little bit longer, like I don't want to go over 2 hours. Most art streams, that's kind of like the limit that people are willing to invest, unless you're like, well, even if you're even more popular. I think I'm kind of pushing it, considering according to YouTube, most people still only spend about a minute or so on my videos, even though I try to keep them around 10 minutes long. Oh, that's better. That's good. Okay, we're gonna move on. But so I think 2 hours is generous, but it's also more realistic to how long it takes for me to complete a piece and to be able to show you guys the whole process from beginning to end and have enough time for me to have space to still figure things out. Yeah, oh, that's much better. It's got like a nice velvety texture. I think I still want the top ruffles to be a little more like crinkly and metallic, but for the bottom of the dress to be velvet, that's absolutely fine. Now this is still a little messy. We're still kind of in the figuring things out phase. This isn't even the color that the dress is supposed to be. So let's do a little bit of this. Give it some texture. And then I will just blend that out with a watercolor brush. So it needs to be a little bit of grit if I'm going to make this look velveteen. Side of the dress. pink back in. It's getting a little muddy. I guess I will make her gloves pink because I don't have. This goes here. So that sleeve goes like this. So this is the outer sleeve. I don't think the green needs to be an accent, not like a highlight. So I will use this as the base and this is the highlight, and then all of her jewelry. The pearls will still be white. I might do pink pearls. But the green is gonna be, so she's gonna have like emeralds and peridot and what's the other one? Tourmaline, I guess. Tourmaline. The one that looks like a watermelon. It's like half red, half green. I forgot what color watermelons are. So this is skin. She's got. I don't need to do that. I can just zoom in. I still have it set to reference. And get rid of this because I can't see what's going on now. Oh, this is so much purple. Her arm is here. No, thinking what if I made her skin green, but her makeup is going to be green and pink, so her skin needs to be dark to accentuate that. And then I also want to add the pearls from this look here. So I need her to have darker skin for it to read from a distance. This is nice. I like the way this is blending. Okay, so this is the top of the dress. Close like this. for now, I really am just kind of letting the colors that I have blend. Excuse me. Just kind of blend together however they want to. That feels much more organic than anything that I could force. And it's just doing what it needs to do. It's so important to play around with the resources that you have available to you to figure out what's going to work best for what you want to do. Because for so long, I only used like maybe 4 or 5 brushes, like a round brush, maybe one special effects brush, and I would try to do everything with like those couple of brushes just to prove that I didn't need a bunch of extra brushes to do those things, but they're there for a reason. And sometimes it's just easier to download a brush that does the thing you need it to do instead of trying to force your round brush to do everything. Now this is outside of the line, but I think I like the way that looks. Maybe if I do a little bit of that with the pink. Ooh, let's try that. Blend that back in. See what that does. I don't know if I like that as much. Like, it's not bad, but I think I'm ultimately going to do something else with this thing. Yeah, because I don't like the way that's like the way that's blending. And clean that up. And then add in, let's get this back in. Yeah, that's better. I need some shadows. This section. Really get that. I need this to be like way dark. Not quite as dark as her skin, but I need to push those shadows. I don't have a multiply layer. I'm gonna need a multiply layer eventually. Let's see. Get these ridges accentuated. This is behind the dress, so I need to fix that. And I actually need to do this. And then I want to do a little bit of this. Just to pull some more shapes in. Let's get this other hand taken care of. Got the glove here. That's a nice little pop, a little break from all the purple. The bracelet is going to be green. All of the metals are going to be this green with this green highlight. because again, I think it's the closest to an actual metal color, and it's inobtrusive enough, unobtrusive, unobtrusive, um, enough that I can kind of treat it like metal, adding the like stark highlights and shadows that you would see on like something that's really polished. So let me go ahead and do that. Fix this. There's a little bit of wonkiness happening. And then I can also use, because I am planning on making this a high shine, I'm going to end up using this pink on this screen, which is not the worst combination, but it's definitely going to be a little an acquired taste. Let's get these turned back on. Yep, it's coming together. This is what I was doing. Adding the gems just so I can see what that looks like. Having all of the colors somewhere on the piece. And then of course, let's get rid of that. I will refine things as I go. Starting that. And then this is pink. And this is aubergine. That finger looks a little wide. What did I do there? There we go. Now the tolerance. I need to bump that back up. Thank you. Okay, so there is a gap. I need to go back over that with the oil brush. Okay. Yeah, I like the way that just that little bit of green is popping. Again, I'm looking at the screen here and it still looks a little fuzzy. I did up the input, so if this still looks fuzzy on the playback, I don't know what else to do. I'm not paying $50 a month for premium streaming to stream to one person. So for now, we'll just have to suffer. Okay. Let me add this back in. Let's get rid of this. I don't need the auto outline, because what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna paint it in like I normally would. I'm gonna get rid of this so I can see. I'm gonna set this to multiply so it's a little bit darker. I need to get rid of the halo. Okay. I think the best thing for me to do with the jewelry that doesn't have any sort of sketch lines or any sort of layout is to just trust my instincts. Again, loosening up, kind of going with the intonation of things rather than like a hard and set form. This is going to come from up here. I like this string much better than this string. I'm gonna redo that. Have it come down here like that. That's much better. Okay. Yes. Much, much better. Now we have a little bit of a dilemma because I've made the halo the same color as the horns, but I think what I was planning on doing is just having it be this crispy little outline. But I like the idea of it being solid better. But in the sketch it was a ring because the veil is connected. It's going over. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. I'll do that. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Make it thin. Like a little bit thicker than that. I can work with that. And I know it's a little off. I actually kind of like that it's not completely symmetrical. So that's gonna have, I'll need to do some ruching on the halo, or ruching on the veil. Let's see, I actually do have someone watching. Let me see if they've left any chats, if I can get these hotkeys to work. Okay, nothing yet. Hi anyway. Go back to full screen. Okay. I think the way Restream works with comments is if you don't have the overlay, they'll pop up in the bottom corner. Oop, I can't see. Zoom in. I'm going to end up with the worst back in the next 10 years if I don't get into a better habit of zooming in instead of leaning in. Tools exist for you to use them, and I need to be better about using them. Okay. I think I'm still making good time. I've got an hour left. Stuff like this usually comes together in like the last 10 minutes because I'm trying to work in the round. I can more fully see the vision and what kind of progress I'm actually making. So we'll just do this real quick. Let's fix this veil. So what I need to do for this, I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do. Excellent, excellent. And then just erase parts of it back out with my watercolor brush. Not this one, not this one, this one. And then I can just go back in and I suppose it would be better if I actually just made this, you know, like this. And I kind of want to give it a bit of shimmer too. I think it's going to look better if I actually add color to it instead of just erasing parts of it out. And what I need to do is a combination of hard and soft sections. So say for instance, this edge here, it's a hard edge because that's where the ruffle is happening, but this would be more of a soft gradient. I don't like that particular pink, but let me use this hot pink instead of this sort of, yeah, this more purple pink instead of a orange pink. Actually, using those in combination is quite nice. Because this pink, magenta, whatever you want to call it, fuchsia, blends better with the purple, but when you combine it with the baby pink, well, it's not a baby pink, it's an orange pink versus a purple pink, it just gives it a little extra dimension. Oh, you know, I'm gonna keep doing this, but I just got a brain blast. We're gonna do this on this. So this is a low light, but there's gonna be a little bit here. It's a highlight, and I need a hard edge. You know what? I think I would like this better. Not with the watercolor. Yeah, this is a much better overall texture. Matches the texture of the dress. And then I can still treat it with the watercolor to soften it up a little bit, but the blending is just richer. This back section would still have more of this dark color than the actual pink, but I want to make sure that I'm kind of establishing where the ruffles, where the movement is happening, so it's not just one big block of purple. Yeah, it just warms it up a little bit. Instead of just erasing out with the transparency. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit more of this, kind of give it like a meteor shower thing happening. And I did that with, yep, paint and apply. I'm going to set it to just a little bit smaller. It's almost got like a jellyfish thing going on. But it just helps break up more of just all of this purple. I didn't realize how bright it was going to be when I chose to have that as my main color. We're going to move this. We're going to move this over here. I know it's a little messy. I still want to do more of this. I want to do it kind of wrapping around the dress. So let's finish up the veil. And move on. And I have a star brush that I'll use to finish this off. But the hand-painted portion for the backdrop is just about done. I want to soften these edges. Maybe what I'll do just to give it a little something. This I will erase out just, oop, that is too much, that's too much. Just to give it a little bit of light. It just feels so stark to have it erased out in this way. Oops, wrong layer. Now 45 minutes. One of the big elements that I'm missing, because everything else is just refining. I need to do details on the face and the makeup. And then I want to do a few more details in the halo, so let's focus on that. think what I'll do is a cutout method for the halo, just that it's not quite I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just, I didn't want that color. Halo color, halo color. And then I'll put another gemstone here and here. Maybe one right here, kind of socketed in. See. And then we'll just refine that by hand with the paintbrush. Maybe I'll use my Silo pen. So I need something that's got some swoosh to it. Oh, this is on the overlayer. Maybe I'll make them like green space opals. I'll put a little bit of fire in them with the, do a little bit of pink and a little bit of purple, and then a highlight on top. Of course, it's all on different layers. Oh. Okay, let's take this bright purple. I don't know, does that look weird? I think it looks okay. I just need to get the highlights on there, and then that should... I need a harder brush, it's blending too much. That should make it look more like a gemstone. I don't know how well that's gonna read from a distance. The bigger ones are fine. It's fine. It's fine. I think if I had an orange, that would really set it off, but I don't. So we're gonna work with what we have. At this point, I should be asking myself, what's my light source? I don't know. It is what it is. I'm going to invert the selection. We're going to do some dry gouache, a little bit darker. It's going to give it a nice rough stoneware texture. A little bit of highlight. Let's do purple, because that's what it's next to. And I need my oil brush, a bit smaller and a little bit sharper. Not quite that sharp, but I'll fix it. I'll fix it. She needed something solid to work with. I need it to be darker down here. Make this more solid. How does that read from a distance? It still looks a little flat. I'm gonna need to add a layer of highlights to that. Okay. I will get to the makeup eventually. I'm just noticing a bunch of other things that I hadn't quite gotten to that I want to just go ahead and bust out of the way. And we'll find those later, but they're placeholders for now. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave this a little more sketchy. Because I do like the idea of this being more like a fashion concept sketch than an actual finished character design, and that's not me being lazy, that's me genuinely like the idea behind this was a fashion designer's sketchbook. But I also I've got 30 minutes. Okay, let's do the makeup. Let's do the makeup. At the very least, I will still end the stream at 2 hours. I'll stop it at 2 hours regardless of where I am, and then if I have to finish off stream, I'll still finish the posted picture on Instagram and then include it in the recap footage that I'll do later today. Okay, so it's like pink, and then I'll do green and then highlight of the purple. Okay, so I need my watercolor brush. we'll start with the warm pink. Where's my, there they are. Up here. I should probably do this on a different layer, but I find that applying makeup works best when you can actually blend it with the skin tone. I'm going to do a sharp bit of this here. And I still wanted to do the beads on the face. So, let's see, let's do pink lipstick. I'll blend the edges out just a little bit. Just enough to clean it up. Make it a little bit softer. Her eyes, I'm gonna make her eyes lavender for now. Oh, I forgot to set this back to overlay. Yeah, I'll leave it. Because if I set it to overlay, this is going to take me probably 4 hours, and this is fine. Not everything needs to be finished. The idea is to loosen up, get ideas on the page. Make that a little bit smaller. There we go. That's nice. How bright. How readable is it? Because it's very far away. A little bit of shading. So let's get this brush. Eyes. I guess she does still need her big, fun, funky earrings, huh? Now it's gonna go in the top layer where all the rest of the jewelry is. It's looking alright so far. Still need to do something with this big billow here. Just give it a little more dimension. Yeah, ugh. That's better. That's much better. And then just do a little bit of, let's go ahead and get a multiply layer in there so I can do some shading. Make it a little more gray so it's not quite so harsh. Something about this halo is still very flat. Let me try to lines and shapes it and see what that does. Ooh, no, not lines only. What are you doing? Yeah, I like that. It's got a little more personality now. Got 30 minutes. I need my highlights. So where is my light coming from? It's got like a rim lighting thing. I guess maybe from the back left. So that would mean this, all of this here, creep a little bit over the sides here. Just gives me a little bit more to work with instead of just this big purple void. Don't like the ball. That's better. Have to cut back in and blend with the darker parts. They're on there. It's going to be interesting to see how doing something like this every day, whether or not it gets easier or harder for me to conceptualize under pressure. Because sometimes I know exactly what I'm doing and sometimes I'm trying something new. It takes a little bit longer for me to figure it out. But I did already explain in the last stream that I've gone back into a learning mode versus a teaching mode. So if you can get anything from these streams, awesome. If not, I don't blame you. Oh, this back pedal here still doesn't have... Why is that so... What happened here? I don't want to let that just be subtle. I want to do something with it. All of my highlights are pink, so this needs to be pink here. I think I'm just gonna start going crazy with the texture and let my brushes do the talking, because I really like the way that looks. I like how it has some tooth to it. Yeah, I used to do this thing in my art where I would have these sort of like paint drips, this sort of smudge effect. I think I want to go back to that because it was really cool and really pretty. Like, it was just kind of a unique thing that I would do for no other reason other than it looked pretty. Hardly, if ever, was it a technically correct thing to do, but like, look at how it just makes it so much more dramatic. It's like, what is that? I don't know. It just looks cool. Sometimes art doesn't have to be technically correct. Sometimes it can just be cool. Like that, yeah. Just give a little more bite to it. Loosen up. Shake it off. Oh! Let's not shake it off then. Shake it off. Yeah, let's just disperse that. Because that also gives it more of a richness, more of a depth of texture, more of that velvetiness that I was going for. Got 20 minutes left. I say, yeah, this is usually when it starts to come together. I still need to do I want to, or do I want to leave it alone? The little starry texture on the back of the cape. I think I like it just like this, the sort of jellyfishiness, but I am going to push these shadows a little bit. That's not the brush I want. This is the brush I want. And yeah, that's a good size. Because now I can add in some shadows to give it a little more depth. Because I've lost just a little bit of that. Do a little bit on the multiply layer to just deepen it that much more. Now for the dress, I do still want to do more of this. So I'm going to start a new layer. I'm going to do it in pink. We'll see. We'll see. And I'm going to use my oil paintbrush and just do big swoops. Just kind of work around. No. Did I do it on the wrong layer? Of course I did. Oh, okay. You move this layer up. Why is it grabbing the wrong layer? Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why it was blending, because if there's nothing underneath of it, it doesn't blend. It just draws. This is a little bit like what I did with the Venus flytrap dress that I did for the Heroes and Villains segment of the color palette challenge way back in like April, May, June. I need to do something else with that. I don't like it ending there. I want it to go behind the dress, around the dress. So we'll do this. I like that a little bit better. I'm going to cut out some of these shapes. I don't like the way that looks. This is too thick. Now it's just weird. I messed it up. No, start over. So these have you can see through them. They have some structure to them. That's better. I think what I need to do is overlap here and then give a little bit of structure throughout the swoops. have this be... Oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. This was a different part. Okay, heading in the right direction. Now I just need to refine and design. I have, 10 minutes left. 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, this needs to be more solid. And I think I'm actually going to use this color to do that, just so it has something different going on with it. And the brush is too big. I don't know if I like that. Kind of looks like a pink candy cane. That's better. It's kind of weird, but it's not terrible. At least, yeah, this way. Oh, yeah, I like that. You can see the structure in the gown. I think I want to have this go behind this piece, though. Yes. So it's like, I mean, you can see what it's doing. It's doing like a little swoopy swoop. And then just give some structure here. And we'll do a little bit of change in color. Just here on the highlights, and here at the top. No. This is this, so that doesn't need structure because it's a different thing. Oh, I should probably save, huh? I don't think I've saved the entire time I've been drawing. Imagine if something happened, if my computer decided to just give up the ghost in the middle of working on this. I would just go on to the next one. Although Clip is usually really good about having backups if something does happen. This needs to be a little more translucent. Here's my watercolor brush. Empty that out just a little bit. And then redo the structure. Yeah, Clip and Wondershare are really good about having backups when you're working on projects. Like, say for instance, like your computer decides that it just wants to be difficult that day and keeps crashing. It'll usually autosave, whether it's in local storage or cloud storage. Now I know that this is part of this, but it just looks better that way. Don't ask what I'm doing. I'm just playing with texture to see what works. Yeah, no. That's bad. That's bad. one on the bottom isn't terrible, but I don't want to keep it. That's fine. Let's see. Okay. Let me get rid of all my references. This needs some help. Oh, she's still so flat. I need a layer of lighting. Maybe I should do like a neon green, like a soft. But it needs to be an additional layer, or else it's not going to. No. Because this isn't lighting. This is just. I mean, I like the green next to the purple, but it's not doing what I thought it would do. Yeah, no, we're gonna get rid of this. We're not gonna worry about that. I have 5 minutes left. This needs some more definition. That's one of the problems. So we're gonna go in. Gonna get a little bit of this. And do a little bit here under the back end. A little bit under the strings of pearls, just to show that they're sort of hovering above everything that's on here. I'm gonna blur that out just a little bit. This needs to be. Ooh, no. Okay. Okay. I don't like the way that looks. It's too dark. What if I use this pink instead of the purple and make a softer shadow? Because that purple shadow is very harsh. But the pearls are still flat. I have 5 minutes. Ah! I should be using this instead. And watercolor set to 7. This looks really bad. This is what happens when you rush. Yeah, No, no, no. And now I can't even see her eyes. What happened to her eyes? Well, we're coming to the end of 2 hours, and there's still a little bit of detail that I need to work out. But this is where I ended up. Not a bad start. Definitely some things I need to refine as far as the definition in the dress, in the billows, adding more to the jewelry, adding highlights to the jewelry, fixing the shadows under the pearls. So, yeah, I guess you'll see what that ends up looking like after I post the squish down VOD, or if you follow me on Instagram, it's tinyartist516. I'll post the finished image there. So, yeah, that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a weird day. That is